Your baby hasn't said a single word yet, but their brain has been learning language for months, possibly since before they were born. What's happening inside that tiny developing brain in the weeks and months before the first word arrives is one of the most extraordinary stories in all of neuroscience, and almost no parent ever hears it.
Here's what will change how you see every quiet moment with your preverbal baby. Silence isn't empty. Before your baby says a single word, their brain is already running a full language acquisition program, mapping sounds to meanings, building vocabulary in passive form, studying the rhythm and melody of your speech. They are learning language. They just haven't started speaking it yet. Welcome to Raised by Science. Today, we're going inside your baby's brain in the months before their first word. What the neuroscience says is actually happening, what genuinely matters during this window, and what the science says parents can do in the ordinary moments they're already having every day.
Language development doesn't begin when your baby says their first word. Research shows it begins before birth. In a landmark study published in Psychological Science, researchers examined the crying patterns of newborns from French-speaking and German-speaking families. French newborns cried with a rising melodic contour, matching the prosody of French. German newborns cried with a falling contour, matching German. These babies had been hearing and processing language in the womb from approximately the third trimester, and were already imitating the melody of their native language at birth through their cries, the only vocal instrument available to them. Brain translation. When your newborn cries, they're not just expressing distress. Their cry is shaped by the language they've been hearing for months. They arrived already speaking the melody of your voice. After birth, the language acquisition program accelerates. By 2 months, babies can distinguish between phonemes, the individual sound units of language, from every human language on Earth. By 6 months, they begin narrowing that ability, specializing in the sounds of the language they hear most. By 9 months, the brain has made its first major language commitment, tuning in to the native language and beginning to tune out others. All of this happens before a single recognizable word is spoken. Between birth and the first word, which typically arrives somewhere between 10 and 18 months, the brain is doing something researchers call passive vocabulary acquisition. Your baby is storing words they cannot yet say. Research tracking infant brain responses using EEG has shown that babies as young as 6 months show measurable neural responses to familiar words, their own name, common objects, key caregivers. Their brain recognizes these words. It just doesn't yet have the motor planning, memory retrieval, and coordination systems mature enough to produce them. Brain translation. Every word you say to your baby is being filed, not for immediate use, for eventual retrieval. Your baby is building a library they'll open when the systems are ready. The silence isn't absence, it's storage. The gap between what a baby understands and what they can say is called the receptive-expressive gap, and it's enormous in the first year. A 10-month-old may understand 50 to 100 words while producing 0. This is not a sign that language isn't developing. It's a sign that one system is ahead of the other, which is completely normal. Of everything researchers have studied about language development in the first year, One finding stands above all others in consistency and size of effect. It's not flashcards, not educational videos, not specialized language programs. It's the quantity and quality of parent-directed speech. Words spoken directly to the baby, in response to the baby, about the baby. Hart and Risley's landmark research tracking 42 families found that the number of words a child hears by age 3 predicts their vocabulary at age 9, their reading ability at age 10, and their academic trajectory throughout school. This is known as the word gap, and it exists not because of income or education level, but because of how much caregivers talk to children during the ordinary moments of the day. But later research refined this finding. It's not just quantity, it's contingency. Words spoken in response to what the baby is already attending to. Research by Catherine Tamas-Lamonda showed that the most language-building interactions happen when a caregiver follows the baby's gaze and names what the baby is already looking at.
Brain translation. When your baby stares at the dog and you say, "Yes, that's the dog," you're not just naming a dog. You're activating the precise neural moment when a sound and a meaning get connected in the developing brain. That connection is the foundation of all vocabulary. Before we talk about what to do, one reassurance the science firmly provides. The typical milestone charts showing first words by 12 months display averages, not deadlines. Research on language development shows the typical range for first words spans 10 to 18 months, and children at the later end of that range, who go on to develop completely typical language, are common. What developmental researchers look for is not a single word at a precise age. It's a pattern of signals that the language system is on track. Is the baby babbling with varied sounds, responding to their name, making eye contact during interaction, pointing, understanding words even without producing them? These signals matter more than the calendar. That said, if a baby shows no babbling by 12 months, no words by 16 months, no two-word phrases by 24 months, or loses any previously acquired language skill at any age, those are signals worth a conversation with a pediatrician. Early support, when genuinely needed, produces dramatically better outcomes than waiting. 3 things the research consistently supports, all woven into moments you're already having. 1. Narrate. Not in a performative way. Just talk through what you're doing. I'm putting on your left sock. This one is stripy. Now the right one. The brain doesn't care about sophistication. It cares about words directed at it, in response to it. Every sentence is a data point.
2. Follow their gaze and name it. When your baby looks at something, look at it with them. Name it. This is joint attention, one of the strongest predictors of language development. You don't redirect their attention to what you want to talk about. You talk about what they're already attending to. 3. Respond to everything. A babble, a coo, a point, a reach. Respond as if it's communication, because it is. Research on serve and return shows that contingent responses to infant vocalizations, even before words exist, are the mechanism through which turn-taking, communication, and eventually language are built.
Your baby hasn't said a word yet, but their brain has been learning your language since before they were born, filing words, mapping sounds, building the architecture that will eventually produce speech. The silence isn't empty. It's full of invisible work. And the most powerful thing supporting that work isn't a program or a product.
It's your voice, directed at them, in response to them, in the ordinary moments you're already sharing every day. That is language development happening in real time. If this changed how you hear the quiet moments with your baby, you'll want to watch what comes next. We're going inside your baby's brain during the first 12 months and showing you exactly what they're learning in every ordinary moment. Not just language, but attention, emotion, and social understanding. That's next. Subscribe to Raised by Science so you don't miss it. See you in the next one.